HARD BREW REVIEWS.
Rock Hard Brew Reviews.
Rock Hard Brew
Ayo.
Reviews.
And I'm recording now. Right now.
Nice.
Right now. Welcome to a normal, back from the switch up, a normal episode of Rock Hard Brew Reviews. Welcome.
This one is going to be completely normal.
Definitely.
Nothing weird. No funny business.
I mean, we might try to do a little funny business, Joey. It's like the point of the show a little bit, I think, is to like try and be funny, but not like, I guess it's not a business because we have no consumers. We have no one who wants to listen to this. And also we have nothing to offer them either. And we make no money. So
yeah, I mean, I never am like trying to be funny. I'm like, this just like comes naturally to me.
are you serious?
You
I
know.
try so hard every time I open my dumb, cute little mouth. I try so hard to be funny. Every word I say, I'm like overthinking it. Like, oh my God, are people going to think this is funny? Like, I'm just like so freaked out. Like, what if what I say people don't like? You know, it's like, oh my God, I can't even leave my house. You know, it's crazy, but I'm totally cool and fine though. So it's
Well,
cool.
you shouldn't be leaving your house anyway, sir. And I, haters, let them motivate yours. You know,
I think the haters.
that's what they say.
Yeah, we should let the haters be the motivators, and I think somehow you said that worse than I did, but yeah.
Let the motivator.
Hey, hater, motivate her. That's how you said it, you freak.
Yeah, I suck. I fucked it up.
No, Joey.
Maybe it's not in my genes anyway, you know? Like, I thought since my father was a clown and his father before him was a clown, and I just thought maybe I could be a clown, but in a different way, you know, not have to paint my face and cause chaos and critique society. But I guess...
And shoot Robert De
maybe
Niro in the face. Have you done that one yet?
Spoiler.
Sorry, I guess that
you're-
is a spoiler.
You know what? If I was him, I would have shot him too.
Yeah, if you haven't seen... Whoa. If
Guy's
you,
annoying.
If you haven't seen Joker yet and I just spoiled it for you, let me just say this. It's not for you. Joker, it's not for you. If you already haven't seen it and it's not your literal Bible, it's not for you. So move along because
Yeah.
the people who like it, you know, really like it.
There's nothing worse than being a fake fan, and it's way too late to get on the bandwagon right now. So
Yeah, if you haven't seen Joker yet, you might as well just start standing Riddler because Riddler is up next. It's Riddler's time, baby. Joker is about to take a seat, and Riddler is about to be in the spotlight. That's my guess. So if you're trying to be a DC villain hipster, it was maybe Joker like 10 years ago, right before Heath or whatever, you know?
yeah,
But now it's like, who's going to play Riddler? It already was fucking, what's his face? Jim Carrey. He played...
yeah, Dr. Robotnik. Yeah, it was him.
No, in the Batman that came out before we were born, at some point, he was called Edward Nygma, Enigma. That's such an interesting name, isn't it, for the Riddler?
Oh my God, it's like French or something. I have no idea what that means.
Eduardo.
That's like nonsense.
Yeah, I have no idea, but either way, if you have a guess as to who's going to play the Riddler in the upcoming 2022, 23 maybe, push back because of the whole this whole quarantine business. If you have a guess as to who's going to play the Riddler, tweet at us. Riddler on Twiddler. No, I don't like
Yeah.
it. I don't like that one actually.
No, hashtag guess who with a at RHBR _pod, please.
That's like a part of the our at is a part of the hashtag, so they not only have to at us, but in the hashtag they put our at too. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm just saying if they don't mention us, then it's not even worth our time, and they're fake fans.
Well, that's
Not
true.
that many exist anyway, but you know, I want to ask you that, Dylan. Who do you think is going to play the Riddler, or who do you think would be great as Mr. Edward Nygma?
I mean, a lot of people come to mind, you know. It's funny because what if they just pulled a fast one and made it Joaquin again?
Oh my god.
What role could he not just walk into? You know what I mean? It's like he's just a fucking freak. He can play anything, and he can play anyone.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that was a little subtle thing, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's the most twisted fucking. I'm just like, who else is twisted? Maybe if they went like higher class with it, it would be like Daniel Day-Lewis, and he would get all like, you know, method on it. Like his wife would ask him what he wanted for breakfast, and he'd be like, I am white, and you must caress me in order to get me. And I like to be eaten with cereal. And she's like, do you want fucking 2% or fucking whole milk, you piece of shit? I would love to see that.
What's red, black, white, and red all over?
And then what would the wife say? What would she say?
And then she just fries up a penguin with a bloody nose and feeds it to him on a plate.
Oh, rich. Rich people do that shit though.
Yeah, they're this evil cabal of riches.
Yeah.
They all do that. It's more than just Pizzagate or whatever now. It's Penguin Gate.
Penguin Gate. What is all this? It's fucking Joker, Riddler, Penguin Gate. It's like whoever's in control loves Batman. That's for sure. Or hates him, but they love talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe this bit has gotten out of hand and we should put a Mr. Freeze on it.
Wow. And that's a reference that I know. Arnold Schwartz in the Freeze movie with the Vine lady and George Clooney and the other guy who was Robin twice.
Yes, the evil nipples Batman. Yeah, the Batman whose nipples were always hard because Mr. Freeze was around and it was cold.
That's like a pretty that would suck. There's a lot of things you can do to be evil as a villain, but like if every time I was around my adversary and my nips were just like fucking rock hard, like that would distract me. And I think that's like a cool mental tactic is like, you know, those puppies are chafing on my suit. Like there's no way that Batman isn't taking his suit off after a long day without being like, holy shit, I feel like I just ran sandpaper over my fucking tits here. It's like he really that's some psychological low key, like, you know, like people don't think about that effect that Mr. Freeze has.
Well, maybe that's what happened like so often that's why George Clooney, like his Batman had to look like that with the nipples is because they would get so hard and they would chafe. So eventually they just like super glued it to the suit.
Yeah.
So that's why they're so distinct, you know?
They like made little nipple slots for him so that when they did get erect, they like fit in the hole, you're saying?
Yeah, like when Batman's out doing crime, he's like, oh man, my nipples are fucking chafing. And it's like, let me get out the shit from my utility belt. It's two little like tassels or whatever.
Oh my God. Little tassels. You're talking, wow. I don't think Batman is that kinky, Joey. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't mean he's kinky. It's just, you know, he's smart. He's the world's greatest detective.
That's true. He's like if Sherlock Holmes and Elon Musk confused into like the ultimate vigilante crime fighter. It's just so cool. That's why Batman is my favorite superhero.
Yes. And he's not like a wet dream for any like, you know, rich white libertarian or anything like that. He doesn't have any bad, you know, it's fantasy, okay? It's fantasy.
Yeah, it is. It's all just a big joke. Just like Joker, and we've come full circle. And kind of like I said about Joker, if you haven't watched that movie by now, it's not for you. If this is your first episode listening to our podcast, just stop. If you really liked it, you would have been listening already. You know what I mean? Like you would have been listening by day one. And now that you're just finding it, it's like, I don't know. There's just so much that's happened and so much that I'm not going to take the time to describe to you. Like some podcasters would be like, oh, well, if you're just starting to listen now, you know, this is kind of like the premise for the whole show. It's like, fuck you. Listen to a different show. Okay. Find a show that's starting and listen to that. Because it's too late.
Exactly.
It's too late for you.
You gotta start out on the ground floor because there's no way we're ever going to explain that this show is called Rock Hard Brew Reviews and it's hosted by us, Dylan and Joey. And you know, the whole conceit is that we review the world's worst and most commercially available beers.
What the fuck are you doing? I just said that
I would never say that.
Oh, okay. So you
I was
did
saying
say it,
what
but
I
it was
wouldn't
like,
do.
okay, you were like playing a character. Okay, because at first I was like really mad at you. I was like, isn't that what I just told you to not fucking do? But now that I know it's a character, it's like, that's so good and funny. You know, I would never also say like, you know, cut off Jeff Bezos's head. Like that's a character too. You know, I would never say that.
That's parody, yeah.
That's definitely
parody.
parody. But you know, this is, you know, I would also never say this is Rock Hard Brew Reviews, and yeah, I'm excited to talk about a hometown favorite today. Maybe I would say that.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say that because that's true. I am excited.
I think I would say that, and I think, you know, that doesn't give away too much of the show's premise. Yeah, so we're in a unique situation this week,
True.
right? I'm in a different closet, first of all.
Which is my favorite part about you, because in LA you have to record in the closet. You know what I mean? You're on your own. You're living in the big city. You know, not as much space, but you're back home now in Rochester, where we're both from, in a full home that, you know, a family, a young boy or whoever could grow up in and feel nurtured and safe. And Joey once again continues to choose the closet, which is funny. It makes you I don't know, think about his home life a little bit or something. But either way, I'm glad you're feeling good there, buddy.
Yeah, and you know, some might say I did grow up here, you know, and you know, not necessarily always in the closet, but you know, I have been in here before. You know, I want to say I'm not here by choice, really. You know, I would not recommend traveling right now at all anywhere.
True.
It was really bad to do that. You know, there are extenuating circumstances. You know, sometimes, you know, someone in your life passes on, and you have to come home. So that's you know, that's maybe the lowest tier of reason to come home. You know, maybe I don't know.
Here I was making fun of you here, making a joke, and you brought it down. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad you're safe. Okay. Fine, I said it.
Yeah,
I fucking said it. Okay.
Thank you. That's been a long time coming. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I just wanted to say I'm home, but please don't go anywhere.
Yeah, for real.
It's really not good. I've been, you know, isolated here since I got here, so we're doing everything we can, you know. But since I'm back in Rochester for whatever reason, we decided to do a beer that we can't really do while I'm in LA because I don't really have access to it.
Yeah, sorry. No, my dog is freaking out right now. I'm trying to listen, but as you're probably going to hear,
okay.
He barked, and I had to say, Harvey, no. So it totally threw me off. Wow. I was going so strong. We were having such a good time, and it's ruined because my dog is barking. Just kidding. I love him. But yeah, what do you say?
I was just explaining, you know, we're going to do a very special beer that is made from a river.
Yes.
A dirty, dark river in our home city.
Who's a good boy.
No, it's not the Erie Canal. It is the Genesee River, and that should give you a hint as to what the beer is.
It's Molson. Oh wait, just kidding.
Yay! No, wait, Dylan. No, it's not that.
It looks kind of like Molson.
You could say that. I guess you could say that. I don't know if you'd be right.
I mean, I'm saying it. You know what I mean? So you could, like anybody could, but yeah.
Yeah. So don't feel too good about yourself for saying that because anyone could do it.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Genesee is what we're talking about. Genesee Beer.
You're the only Jen I see.
Whoa.
Is what I would say to my friend named Jen.
And that's not me, so it's funny that you said that to me. But yeah, so this is a classic though. A Genesee can. They're called Red Eyes. If you're from here, it's kind of like a cool slang thing that I've known about my whole life. I didn't just learn about it last week or anything. Like, you know, I'm cool and I knew that before last week. But yeah, Red Eyes. So maybe we'll put that in the description somewhere. You know, Genesee Red Eye. Like, oh, not coffee this time. Back to you, Joey.
Kind of like the dangerous flight I took home. Red Eye.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a beer that's very near and dear to our hearts, and our heritage,
Our,
and whatever that
I
means.
wouldn't say that. I'd say, yeah, sure. Our culture. That's because that's better.
Yeah, our if Rochester can say that it has a culture, this would be a part of it. This and those freaking garbage plates.
Yeah. Which we should review.
I-
We got to come up with another pun, but we got to find it some way to have a pun that plays into, like I don't know. I can't think of one that like something hard, something review. We don't have to do
Snack
that.
hard food reviews.
Yeah. Wow. You just pulled that right out of your little patootie there. And I'm so happy because now we can talk about garbage plates. But not now.
Yeah,
Let's not do
no.
that now.
that's later.
Yeah, definitely later.
So, tell me about your earliest experiences with Genesee Beer, Dylan.
Well, I was probably 5 or 6, and it's mandatory if you live in Rochester, New York, to start like kind of gathering and processing the water that goes to making the Genesee beer. So it's like, right when it's like 5th or 6th birthday. I forget which one because I was so young and I, it was a crazy experience. But basically, you have to go to the lake and just scoop out water all day in a bucket, for 18 hours a day, just scooping and scooping. You just scoop and then they process the water into the beer. And so that was my first experience, probably 5 or 6 making it. And then as we all did, we came up really just working hard every day because that's the only thing Rochester has, is the Genesee Brewery. They got everybody working that. And that's what people don't know about Rochester. That's the hidden secret is that the whole economy is based on the beer and everybody's helping make it happen, or else you get sent away.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like a, it's a labor city, and you start them young, and it's not considered labor. It's not really considered child labor because it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. And
I've never met someone who didn't love it.
And not only is it fun, because it's cool to just be a part of something like that. They let you get drunk. I was a 5 or 6 year old. I was tasting a little bit of what we were making, and I grew up with that, with the tolerance. It's just a part of my DNA now. It's just a little bit of the Genesee. So, yeah, you can take the person out of the Genesee, but can't take the Genesee out of the person. That's what I always say.
Yeah, I mean, it's so ingrained, from a young age. That's why they make it so drinkable because, when the tolerance is started, you got to be able to take down a lot, So, anyway,
I was kidding. All right, fine. I was about 17 when I had it. I was underage and I drank my first Genesee like a normal person. Okay, I had some upperclassmen buy it for me. I was maybe 16. I had upperclassmen buy it for me, and I drank it, and I was like, "This tastes like shit," but at least it's getting me drunk. I've never felt that before, and I don't think it was my first beer, but it was one of them. Okay, fine, bit over. There's no secret child labor ring in Rochester. Okay,
as far as we know,
it could be, there could be, but I was joking, or trying to at least, but. Yeah, it was just a normal experience. My life is fucking boring, okay? Nothing crazy happened to me. I just drank beer underage like every other fucking boring person in the world, so.
And would you like to dox the criminals who got the beer for you right now on the show?
Yeah, it was Jim Johnson, lives on 670 Maplewood Lane. He was 21. Sorry, this was me trying to do another joke. No, I don't.
Is that guy made up? Is that guy fake, Dylan? Because I don't want to mislead law enforcement, the most honest people in our society.
If there are cops listening to this show right now, I want you to turn it off and quit your job. Maybe not in that order. Keep listening and then quit your job, and then you can keep listening.
Yeah. Well, keep it playing, keep it playing so we get the numbers, but don't.
Mm-hmm. Like when you go to sleep and shit, like just put it on loop, but.
I want you to take a shit on your own badge in your driveway and film it.
Yes.
And send it to us.
Yes.
Okay? And we're going to make a compilation and we're going to go viral. So, and you can be a part of that.
All the policemen and women listening to this right now, send in those videos because you will be featured. I promise you. If you just take a little poo-poo on your badge and gun or whatever, we will, and film it. We will put it. You will be a part of history, a part of this cool compilation. So reach out to us.
Yeah, that's really the beautiful part is that you won't even need a job after that, because once that video goes viral and your face is like clearly identifiable in the video, you're going to get book deals, you're going to get tours, you're going to get, people are going to want you to, talk about your experience. And we want to facilitate that for you. So you can stop being a fucking bastard,
Yes. You could be like the next Ken Bone, except not as problematic.
Yeah.
Remember Ken Bone?
Limp dick centrist like Ken Bone.
Oh,
it's funny that his name was Bone because he was such a limp dick.
Yeah, that's true. And I would make fun of him for that if I saw him to his face.
Right, and of course, this is all in jest. ED is a serious problem in this country, and men need respect. Who have ED.
Wow.
I don't want to go into a whole thing here, but it is the number one cause of men crying at night.
Wow.
And I think that needs to end today. So I just want to make a public statement and say that if your dick don't work, it don't mean your life don't work. Okay, folks?
Wow. And if you have any additional questions, hit up Joey. Hit him up on Twitter and just talk to him about it because he clearly is like an expert and is willing to help. So,
right, and we can compare notes and try to figure this thing out, because we will get to the bottom of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't just mean the base; I mean under the balls. We'll get to the bottom of it and we'll fix it.
Thing. Yeah, the whole.
We'll hotwire it. Like a car.
Wow,
I think
I'd like
that's
to see
possible.
that. I think you could make it possible. I'd like to see that. I would. I'd like to see.
Where's that technology, Elon Musk? Where is it?
Yeah, he's too busy making rockets when he could be helping his fellow man. But
I don't need to go to Mars. I just want a bonar.
I just want a Ken Bone.
Exactly. So anyway, enough with this smut.
Should we open the Genesee Beer?
I think so, probably. We're going to try to keep this one a little shorter. I know we got a lot of complaints about how long the episodes are and how painful it is to listen to the end. So we're going to keep it a little bit shorter.
Mm-hmm, definitely. Yep. But yeah, so maybe we'll open these and then I'll ask you about your first experience with Jenny. Here we go. Ready?
Sounds fair.
Yeah. All's fair in love and war. That's what I always say. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Every hardworking American knows that fucking sound.
Nice.
So yeah, I did the whole thing and then I was real. I said my first experience was pretty boring. What about you, Joey? Well, how boring was your first experience with Jenny?
Well, to follow your model, I first have to make something up that's pretty elaborate. So,
yeah.
My first experience with Genesee was, I was swimming on the banks of the river, in downtown Rochester, where the water is the dirtiest, and I came upon a golden orb was floating in the middle of the river. Right,
I like this.
So
I like this.
I was like, I gotta go swim out to that orb because I was so transfixed on the orb. It was it was like a siren song coming from the orb.
Wow.
And orb.
Wow.
I decided to swim out, but the current was so strong that I got swept downriver, and I was freaking out. I thought I was going to drown. I was about to go over the dam, and then all of a sudden, the orb, floated over me and lifted me up out of the water.
Whoa.
And it actually shook me dry. And I'm about 12, 13 at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, wow, what's going on? And the orb shapeshifted into the ghost of George Eastman of Kodak Rochester fame.
Shit.
And he said to me, listen, I refused to go digital, and that's what tanked my business. So I wanted you to know that I'm gonna do my good deed and save you from this hellish death. and I'm gonna do the world a favor by and he did a magic spell, okay, and it turned the entire river into beer.
Yeah.
So that's why to this day the Genesee River is beer.
Wow, yeah, that was really cool, Joey. That was way less realistic than mine, but definitely a little bit more like magical realism kind of thing, where I kind of went like a more traditional like route with mine. But that was okay. That was cool. I like the orb.
Should I add in child labor? Is that the issue? Okay, so Georgie's.
It's not just about the child labor, Joey.
Well, then what is it about? What is all this for?
I don't know. To make our lives more interesting. Just to make our lives seem more interesting. And to have fun.
Okay.
And to make up stories. Because isn't it fun to make up stories?
It's so much fun, and I love being a storyteller, and it's really, that's the real magic here, is the magic of storytelling and the effect we have on others.
It really is.
My real first experience, I don't remember it.
Wow,
I
got
was
so
certainly
drunk.
not my first. Yeah, it wasn't my first beer either.
Wow.
But I think no, that was PBR. I'm trying to associate a memory with it, but I don't know. Maybe it was
shit. Means you had a good time. It means you had fun. It means you did what you were supposed to do as a young American kid.
Exactly. I think that's right.
We want you to drink unless you're under 21.
Yeah, freaking government. It's like, I want you to drink. I don't want you to drink.
We want you to
mix messages here.
We want you to support our economy. Unless you're under 21.
And I love the economy.
Yeah, that character I'm playing is kind of like Uncle Sam. That's how I envision him, and he loves the economy too. We could ask him, but I don't want to do the voice anymore. So maybe he'll come back again at some point. But
yeah, let's hope. So
Genesee.
as listeners might know, we've been begging for some interaction from you guys.
That's true. Please,
we want to talk about the interaction we got recently.
Yes, or it wasn't. Sorry, I'm chewing on mic. It's it was when did this person send the email? May 20th, and it's now July 7th. So that should tell you we're really punctual. It is the only email we've gotten, but it meant a lot to us, and I hope this person doesn't take the lack of response, good response time as an indication of how we feel. Do you know what I mean? Because it meant a lot to get that email, and just please reach out to us. We're both so lonely, so send them in.
It really does mean a lot, and we really appreciate it. Production takes a long time. These episodes are in development for about 9 months.
Yeah,
so
all the editing, all the posts, all the visual effects and stuff.
Right. So by the time you hear this, it'll be 2024, 25. So
it's like Midnight Gospel, except way cooler. I don't know if you've seen that show, but it's just people chatting about life, and they fucking animate it to look all cool so that you're distracted and think that what they're saying is actually smart or interesting thoughts in any way. And that's kind of what we do with the show. If you're just listening to this in the audio medium, there is actually a really crazily, just intense animation that goes for the whole segment, the whole show basically. But you do have to pay, you do have to subscribe to our Patreon. It's $500 a month. But every episode is crazy. It's like Space Odyssey on acid, you know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. So,
and that's saying a lot, yeah, because the Space Odyssey is already pretty trippy with the moon baby and such.
Yeah.
Do you want to just let the people know about this email?
Yeah. So basically, I have this email open. We have this email, And it happens to be rockhardbrewreviews@gmail.com in case anybody wants to email us.
In case anyone else is interested.
Yeah, please, I'm saying. But yeah, so this fine friend, a good friend of mine, I know this person IRL, so it meant a lot to get a e message from them. Steven C.
We both know. Yeah, we both know Steven C.
Yeah. Steven's. Well, you left Rochester, so you can't really say you know really anyone from here anymore because we all change so quickly. But
yeah, I have no idea what he's like now. He could be a completely different.
He's great.
Person.
He's a great person. I like Steve a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear that he's still great. So, okay.
And you wouldn't know because you don't live here anymore, But anyway,
exactly,
Steve opens. Hi, guys. Show is very funny. Even though I don't drink, I still find it entertaining. And that I can respect. This is me talking about the sentence I just read. And I like that he, that he can still appreciate the show even though he doesn't drink. And I think that's a message to all you out there,
That's called maturity, folks. Mm-hmm. That's called emotional maturity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see. All right, here we go. Can agree. Bud Light is poop tier trash, though from smell alone. And you'll have to go back to our Bud Light episode and listen to the whole thing to find out. Because apparently we didn't rate it too high,
Yeah, listen, I was so drunk I don't remember, but apparently it's poop tier trash,
Yes, can agree. Bud Light is poop tier trash, though, from smell alone, and it did smell terrible. I do remember that. Mm-hmm. The question is, ever think about branching out to harder liquors or spiked cold brews for a special, or is that against what Rock Hard Brew Reviews is?
I'm going to say this. We're not above anything. Okay.
Yeah. I'm under. I'm pretty sure I'm below everything you could imagine. So I think you're right, Joey. That's pretty accurate.
The dirt, the magma, the hellfire. Yes, we're below it. So
Satan. Yeah. No, all of it for sure.
Satan's taint. Yes.
So I think, yeah, for sure. I think, wow. Yes, I think we would. Ever think about branching out to harder liquors? Yes. We'd have to come up with a name.
The short answer is yes. We have thought of that. Yes.
We'd have to come up with a shot hard, like something, we'd have to come up with a pun that's based on the name of the show that we normally do,
right.
That works, that we both like in order to be able to kind of review liquor or spiked cold brews. I mean, I would just normally, but we have to think about the name. That's crucial, or we can't do it without a good name. It just wouldn't feel right. So
I think, doing like White Claw, which we've done, is something that I would allow on a regular episode, obviously, based on precedent. But I think liquor would have to be one of our bonus series because it's just a little too far off. It's a little too wacky, so
I agree.
It won't be a mainline episode, but we'll definitely try to come up with a pun. And if you have a pun idea, please email or tweet it at us.
Yes, any puns
we'll
for
consider.
The show. Any puns, any, because as you know, if you're listening to this, you will have just seen that we put out Flock Hard Bird Reviews, and that's an example of a pun that Joey and I thought that's the smartest fucking thing that anyone has ever said. So we are going to review a bird. It's kind of like that. It's like if we were to stumble on a really good pun for liquor, cold brews, whatever. We would kind of have to do it. That's kind of the other thing is we're kind of looking for these puns, but if we come up with a pun that we really like, it kind of forces us to do it because it's, just the smartest thing and the greatest thing and just a really interesting thing. So we just got to follow through with it,
Yeah, it's a moral obligation. And I think, if the pun is good enough, there's, we'd never forgive ourselves if we didn't do it. So even if it's not a good idea, we will do it.
Yep.
So anyway,
this email, well, why don't I keep reading it?
Please.
Some sort of understanding of the rating scale. They follow up with this. Some sort of understanding of the rating scale because I had nothing better to do after dinner on my day off. And wow, Steve Coleman, you have outdone yourself this time. And I did not expect anyone to do this because, I just, I can't believe anyone would care enough. And I don't even remember what I said last week. I don't even remember what I said yesterday. But either way, Steve took the time to aggregate all of our reviews and put them up. And they're split up, Joey's reviews, Dylan's reviews. And if we ever have a type of website or something to direct you to other than just Twitter, maybe we'll we'll throw that up somewhere so everybody can look back and see, and we thank Steve for doing that. And if you continue doing it, that's sick. If you don't, I completely understand. So thank you very much, Steve.
Exactly, because, having free time during all this is very #relatable. But, what isn't relatable is caring enough about my own show to do that. So I really appreciate it, Steve. Okay, so
Let's
what's
drink.
next?
Should we drink?
I mean, I've been drinking. So.
Yeah, sorry. Should we talk? Sorry, me too. Should we talk about the drinks then? You piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, of course we should. Okay, so
all right, let's get into it.
This is Genesee Beer. Okay, I'm on geneseebeer.com/beer/Genesee. Okay, so
awesome.
This is what it says here. Okay, Genesee Beer, introduced 1878. For over 125 years, Genesee has been an American icon. Today, every can, bottle, and pint glass delivers the same full taste and quality that made it famous in 1878. Brewed with 6-row barley malt, corn grits, and hops from the Yakima Valley, Genesee Beer will forever be a classic.
Wow. And it's funny because sometimes people conflate something being around for a long time as something being a classic. And I think that's funny. And I think that's fun. Genesee for us maybe is a classic, but I really wonder if they're taking it a stretch too far by saying it's an American classic. I don't really know about that.
I mean, because, it is from this country, but like most of us, originally, we're not from this, we're all immigrants if you go back far enough,
True.
Unless you're an indigenous American or a Native American, which, in which case you should be here. You shouldn't, we shouldn't,
yes.
we should not be here is what I mean.
Yes.
And by us, I mean the whites. We should not be here. I agree with that. But, and, that sounds like irony. I assure you it's not.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Google this. What is the Yakima Valley? Is that where? Yakima?
What is it called? Yakima?
Yeah, Yakima, I believe. Yakima.
You got to think that's not colonist bullshit either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's probably appropriated shit.
Probably. Okay, Yakima Valley. Oh. It's in Washington State. Okay.
I see. Wait.
Maybe it is.
We're talking about Genesee,
American
and all of a
name.
sudden this thing has us in Washington.
Yeah, they said they got their freaking hops from Washington State. That's not Rochester.
That's not that's not the Genesee River. I thought all you needed for Jenny was a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of Genesee water. You just shake it up and they give you the can. I didn't know about all this outsourcing to different states nonsense. It's pure nonsense.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But, you're missing one vital ingredient, and it's a little sprinkle of good old Rochester love.
Oh, and you can't get that in Washington. That's for sure.
No, you can't. And I'm shocked that their hops come from there, and pissed, quite frankly.
Yeah, me too.
This changes a lot, and this is why we do this show. We find this stuff out, but it's a sad day when you find out one of the ingredients can't be found in the river.
Whew, really makes you think about what you've been told your whole life. Really puts everything into perspective. But what can I say? So that's where they get the hops, Yakima Valley, or is that where they still get them, or that's where they did get them in the 18 whatevers?
I would assume it's the same because it's been the same recipe, I guess, since 1878 or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna click on the story section of the website. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Okay. Genesee
That's also
Brew
kind of
House.
funny. Haven't tried to improve since the 1800s. That's a good sign too.
Yeah.
Just kind of sticking to your ways for 100+ years. That seems really smart and aware. Creative and self-aware. But
Yeah, it's like so many people think that things should, just stay the same and even, regress in some ways. But yeah, I fundamentally disagree with that.
Yeah, it's especially when it comes to beer.
Exactly, the most important
Yeah.
case. So it says here, Dylan, the Genesee Brewhouse was once part of the original Genesee Brewery campus founded more than 100 years ago. We've taken this building and transformed it into a special place that tells our story of the story of brewing of Rochester, New York. Okay,
Wow.
this is boring. It's just
Wow.
about the brew house. I've actually never been to the brew house. Have you been to the brew house?
Wow. And I just went for the first time probably within the past year, and it's pretty cool. I went to the restaurant area. I didn't really see any of the other shit going on, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta think those brewing cans. You gotta think they're big. You know what I mean? And you gotta think they have a lot of beer in them, and it's all Genesee. And
Yeah.
then they're putting it into cans. So I can think about what happens there. So I've basically seen it basically.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, it looked from the pictures here. It looks just astounding.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to go post COVID. If that's
Yeah.
ever a time period we're gonna live in.
Yeah, these are
Um,
trying times, and they're uncertain times.
Yeah.
But anyway, keep going.
And the important thing to remember in trying times is you still have to try. Trying
Yeah.
times means we all got to try.
Yeah, and whether that means still paying your landlord even though you're not getting unemployment, or that means working under the table unsafely at your job just because you have to, that means that I'm sorry, both those things are so fucked. Anyway, well, maybe unless you are safe and making money, that's pretty sick. But anyway,
Yeah, and we hope you are. I am in that landlord situation though.
yeah, that's
Anyway,
fucked,
so
dude. That's so fucked. Anyway, let's back to the
Uh,
jokes.
yeah, so we've got some trivia facts on their website here. So you want to hear one?
I'd love to.
Okay, so
Quiz me, daddy.
John Fisher, the corporate brewmaster, was the longest running brewer in the company's history. He started in Genesee Brewery in 1967, left to serve his country from 68 to 71,
Wow.
and then retired last year. So this guy was in Nam, sounds like.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Damn. I bet that guy sucks.
I mean, he's definitely a murderer. So let's see. Any other facts? Okay. Did you know Genesee's outdoor tank farm is equipped with 28 tanks that are used for fermentation and storage of beer and malt beverages? 22 of the tanks
Wow.
hold up to 9,000 barrels.
Wow. So one tank holds up to 9,000 barrels? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, 22 out of 28 can hold up to 9,000 barrels.
Wow.
Genesee Brewery Draft Packaging Center can fill our kegs in only 1 minute. Just think, we almost filled 4 kegs while you read this.
What the fuck? Now that's trippy. And think about how many are done now. And think about how many are done now. And like holy camole.
I know it never ends, and you could let it drive you, to the brink.
And
but
it is
don't-
a little bit. It is right. It is like driving me insane a little bit, kind of like Joker-y kind of stuff. But it's crazy. I don't know. It's just like, and now now they filled more. It's insane. But keep going with your with the trivia, please.
Please drink, Dylan. Drink. You'll calm your nerves.
You're right.
Calm your Rochester nerves.
You're right.
So here's the last one I'm going to read. It says line number 7 at the Genesee Brewery packages more than 900 bottles of beer per minute. That's nearly 40
Wow.
cases of beer in just a little over 60 seconds.
They're too powerful. These are numbers. First of all, let me just go on record. I don't trust numbers. I don't really believe numbers. They make me nervous. And I think they're trying to pull one over on me every time I see one. And these numbers specifically, I'm a little unsure of because they're so big and it's hard for me to comprehend. So I'm scared of them, and it actually makes me afraid to hear you continue to talk about the numbers, just because my mind can't comprehend how fast, how good they are at really filling a lot of bottles up at once. It's scary, and I'm frightened, and it's something I don't understand, and I'm afraid of it, and I hate it. So.
And I totally understand that, and it is very intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
How about we move on to the rating portion of the show? How would you feel about that?
That'd be great. Those are numbers I can relate to and trust for sure.
Exactly. And as always, we're getting our numbers today from beeradvocate.com.
Sponsor us.
we're being fully open about that, so they cannot sue us.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor
Beer
us,
advocate.
don't sue us. That's our don't
How
sue
about,
us, please sponsor us. That's
How
our
about
motto.
what's the opposite of cease and desist? It'd be like peace and uplift us, not cease and
Exactly.
desist us, you know?
That's so good.
Just kind of off the fly, just like a little rhyme. But anyway, keep going.
You're a master. So Genesee Beer, okay, it's got an overall score on this website of 63, which is poor.
Yeah.
It says the little adjective. It's a lager. It's an adjunct lager. It's ranked number 49,061 overall on the website.
Wow. An American classic.
Exactly. Yeah.
An American fucking classic.
It's got to be below. It's got to be below 30,000 at least to qualify for this show.
Holy moly.
So the average score that users give it is a 2.67 out of 5.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into this. Let's find a good review. Let's find a bad review. Most of these reviews are in the middle of the road here.
And hey, that's fine. And hey, that's okay.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, so here's a 2 out of 5 review, okay?
Yes.
This is from Buckeye55 from North Carolina, okay? Which, personally, I think you have no business rating this beer if you're from North Carolina.
Yeah,
okay?
how'd you even get it? How did you even get it? And if you were in Rochester, I think if you did buy it, you'd understand its importance and then not rate it what you rated it. But anyway.
Exactly. So take this with several grains of salt. 2 out of 5, 2 in every category. Okay, so and those are look, smell, taste, feel overall. The review content says 1 step above drinking the juices at the bottom of a garbage bag. I can think of one beer worse than this, and Genesee makes it also. Drank it several times in college when it would be on 3 for 1 specials. Even at 3 for 1 now, I will pass.
Wow. And they don't like it. And they don't like it.
Yeah. They're really trying to tear us Rochestarians a new butthole with this review.
And it's working.
I don't appreciate that.
And it's working. I got 2 of them. So it worked, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's impossible to not after hearing that.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed. This is from January 24th, 2019. A lot has changed. Maybe nowadays they would be a little more kind because of, humanity's really struggling right now.
Yeah, trying times and they're uncertain. Yeah.
Yes, and we're all trying and we're all uncertain. Yes. So maybe that would give a different light on Buckeye 55's opinion, but maybe I doubt it because this person just seems hateful, spiteful, vengeful.
And if you don't, oh, sorry, what were you gonna say, Joey? Because I also have strong feelings about this.
I was just gonna say, I really, if I knew this person, I would befriend them. I would gain their trust, and then I would invite them over, and I would serve them an ice cold glass of garbage bag juice.
Wow,
that's how angry I am. So go ahead, Dylan.
And I thought you were the bigger person, and I thought, you were about to cave, but then you really pulled a fast one on me and, them in this scenario with the garbage bag juice, and I like that, and I respect that. I was going to say, I think if I saw this person, from North Carolina, I'd say, go the fuck back to North Carolina. You don't like our beer. Okay, I bet there's beer in North Carolina that you'd like better. Why are you even here if you don't like our beer? You should go back. That's what I'd say, and I'd be correct and smart to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that, Do
I love Genesee? No, maybe, but at least I'm from here. Who are you?
Exactly.
Who are you?
We know it's not the best beer ever, okay? We have a little thing called respect, you know? We have a little thing called reverence to American icons.
And it's been around since the 1800s, and that means that it's good and important.
Exactly.
And you can't
it's
hate
not
it
imported, but it is important.
You can't hate something if it's been around that long, because that means it's significant. And it shouldn't change, because it means it's good still. /ass sarcasm. But yeah, so fuck you for real though. Just because I don't like the Tar Heels, North Carolina, not my thing. I do have family there. Respect to you. But anyway, so maybe go to another review because I'm
respect to them.
Respect to the people we actually know in North Carolina. But anyway, why don't you go to another review, my good sir?
Okay, so let's check out a 5 out of 5 review. Let's see. Okay, so I had a good one here. Okay, this is a little bit of a longer one. It's by Bugs Bunny Every Day from Pennsylvania. Okay?
Wow.
So another non-Rochestarian, but this time maybe it's a little different. Okay. They gave 5 for every category: look, smell, taste, feel, overall. Okay, so it's from October 31st, 2018. Okay.
Halloween.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I love Halloween.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's a fun fact. It's my father's birthday.
What? You're doxxed.
Actually,
people are coming to your house right now.
Security question. That might be a security question on some of my online accounts.
That's okay. They don't know his age. 1978.
And that's not even close, so we're safe. Okay. He's much older.
Yeah.
So
1914.
hashtag Old Dads Club. We're both members.
Whoa, no, my dad's like 20. It's chill. My new dad.
Your dad was like -5 when he had you.
Actually, the reason why I said that is because I saw King of Staten Island, and now Pete Davidson's my new dad.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen that movie, but I can't wait to watch it and relate to it.
Exactly. As two slackers, I think it's gonna be really relatable.
I slack all the time. There's so many things I could be doing that I don't do. And that's not like, a mental health thing. That's just, life, baby. That's just how it goes. That's just how the cookie crumbles, man. I'm the king of Staten Island, baby. Nothing gets me down. I'm not
exactly.
And maybe there is underlying shit in that movie where Pete Davidson is sad. But you know what? I don't give a shit. We're reviewing beer.
And, the best thing about Genesee is it can be like a therapist,
That's true.
You can turn to it in times of trouble, especially if you're from Rochester. It just kind of is a comfort,
Yeah.
So anyway, this review from Bugs Bunny Every Day from Pennsylvania, 5 out of 5 in every category. If red wine is the blood of Christ, Genesee beer is the blood of Christ after Jay takes a fat shot of BTH.
What the fuck?
I don't know what BTH is.
That is funnier than anything we could come up with, and I don't even know what it means.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
What is BTH?
I don't know, but we've got a lot of this review to go. Not as sweet as the cream ale, Genesee beer is the balance we've all been looking for within the flavor palette of plain old beer. Within a month,
oh my God!
Wait.
Sorry, BTH means black tar heroin.
Oh my, what?
Yeah, so that's
this
just
is an edgelord.
Thing. I didn't
We're
know.
Dealing with
an
edgy person here.
Yeah, we're somebody that's just not aware of things that are ravaging our country, and maybe didn't think that it would matter referencing it in a beer review. Either way, I just didn't know that. I should have known that, and I didn't. But either way, just so that we're all clear, that's what that means.
Yeah, that's what that means, and we don't agree with that joke. So, but still, much respect. Bugs Bunny is a supporter. Okay, so we can't completely write them off. Within a month, I've purchased maybe 10-30 racks of Genesee beer, and my friends know to check me into the ward if I buy anything else.
Wow.
I'm serious! Exclamation point.
Wow.
So they're being literal here.
I guess
you
so.
all might think I have some ulterior motive to my blind allegiance to a seemingly mundane beverage, but I'm not here to get anyone's goat. Assumed to be nothing more than a less desirable alternative at the distributor, the consensus of Genesee beer's quality is manifested from a decades-long observation obscured by smoke and mirrors.
What the fuck is this person talking about?
I'm a little lost.
Please keep reading.
Okay, so obscured by smoke and mirrors, Genesee Beer is simple and refreshing and nothing more. I don't know if I agree with that. If you're looking for a complex flavor, Genesee may not be for you. But keep in mind that an idiot admires complexity and a genius admires simplicity, and that Genesee is simply fucking good.
Wow.
P.S. goes best with Church's chicken.
Huh. I've never had Church's chicken, but I think
neither.
everything would go good with chicken, honestly. Yum. Yum.
Yum. Hashtag yum.
Yum.
Yeah.
But not Quiznos. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? Because that review is insane. I love the part about the smoke and mirrors. That threw me off a little bit. This person clearly loves it, and maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a bit. I can't tell.
I don't know. I mean, we might think they have ulterior motives, but they specifically said that in the thing.
Wow.
But they're not here to get anyone's goat, apparently.
And I don't have a goat, so he could try all he wanted, but
I like my friends know to check me into the ward if I buy anything else. I'm serious.
That's like, oh, so if my tastes change from this strange, like geographically specific beer, if my tastes change away from this, please call the police on me and send me to the insane asylum, is what this person is saying.
They want to be institutionalized if their opinion ever changes.
So what if one day it's like, I love Genesee. I drank it for the past 3 years. Maybe I'll have a Guinness tonight. Maybe I'll switch things up. And their friends are like, holy shit. Bugs Bunny every day is going for it. We got to call the cop. We got to call the fucking...
Get the zip ties. Sedate him.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Wow. Good friends, to do that for him, I guess. Because he did say it.
They
know to.
He doesn't need to say it, or they don't need to say it, because their friends already know.
Yeah.
And we've been known to try other beers. We've been known.
I've tried a few others. I've at least, like a handful of other beers in my life than Genesee. That's for sure.
Yeah, at least 7 in the previous episodes. But
yeah, that's true.
I want to say, this is an interesting review. I do think they're taking it a little too far. I'm disturbed a little bit. And
I like the enthusiasm.
Edgy.
I like the enthusiasm. Yeah, other than the first 2, mental ward, heroin jokes, I could leave those, but I'd take the enthusiasm. I do appreciate that.
Exactly, and you have to respect the enthusiasm, even if I am livid about the jokes that they made. I think that might be good for our review, for our outside reviews section.
Let's get into our own thoughts, which are more important than any of these freaking clowns.
Exactly. So, category 1, Dylan, is, as always, is going to be look.
I mean, look, it's hard to beat. The red eye. It's simple. And I heard this once, maybe in my own mind, because I think I thought of this. Just like when I was a young boy, I just have always thought this, and I've been thinking it, and it's my thought. That geniuses appreciate subtle simplicity.
Yes,
and fucking stupid idiots appreciate when shit is balls to the wall crazy. And you know what? I think I'm a genius. I think I am a genius because I like the can. And it is simple. So that's kind of like where my thought process is like, if I like this can and geniuses appreciate simplicity and the can is simple, therefore I am a genius.
Yeah, then call me a genius. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I like the can. Maybe they could add some like flames or like maybe some like lightning bolts or like, I don't know, something to spice it up. Cause that's the one thing is like, I love Genesee. It's a classic, but it's just a little, tame. I feel like, I just really think they could add some things to spice it up. Maybe like a wizard, like shooting lightning bolts out of his like staff or something. or like like an alien kind of colony or something, like kind of something cool to like to make my brain kind of say like, whoa, what is this about? You know, because right now it's just kind of there, and I love it. You know, I think.
Yeah.
But
And
they could just spice it up a little bit. I think so.
exactly, because, simplicity might be the sign of genius, but, complexity is the sign of art, and we
Yeah.
appreciate art here. One big thing, Rochester has an art gallery, and it's very important culturally to us.
Yeah.
And to mirror that, I think Genesee should make their stuff a little more visually interesting. But I won't hold that against them. It is a nice it's a white can. It's got a red eye. It's got the red oval that says Genesee Beer. And it's got some overlay of letters. It says brewery on top, I believe, and then 1878.
Yeah. Yup.
So I don't know.
And how many flaws? I think we're drinking the same thing. I got 16 flaws here. What about you?
Yeah, they are the same. Yeah, 16 fluid ounce.
And you did buy these for me. You did buy these for me, and I haven't paid you yet. But yeah, it's just good to know that the flaws is the same. Just because if we had different flaws, it'd be like a whole different review, basically. But yeah. So for look, I guess I would say it's missing some. Nothing crazy, because I think it would still be simple if you had like a diverse alien colony with like flame decals. Like I think you could do that in a simple way, and I would still be a genius, and I am still a genius, even though I want those things. I think I would give it I think I'd give it a 3. A 3 for the look.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they could do a lot with a MacArthur grant, a genius grant. They could completely overhaul the can, and the fact that they're not even applying for it is a little disappointing. But I agree with you. It's a simple can, but I'd say the look is above average, and we're trying to put aside personal bias here about our hometown, but
definitely,
to be honest with you, I'm gonna go with a 2.8, because it's above average, but it's not quite a 3 for me. Okay.
Yeah, no, and I respect that, and I do, and maybe because you moved away from Rochester, and now you're kind of just like here again, even though technically you still live in LA, you I just wonder what makes you better than maybe the first reviewer. But either way, I won't get into that. Either way, I just maybe you've just been blinded a little bit by your time away. But anyway, let's move on to the next review, or the next segment.
HARD BREW REVIEWS.
All right, and we're back after some technical D's.
Yes, and that's okay. That happens once in a while.
And it's still, and your voice is still robotic, but we're gonna finish the ep like this. So pardon any weirdness. That's not us having no chemistry. That is the internet. That is Big Brother interfering with our show, because he knows if it were to be let to continue unaffected, it would be the funniest thing in the world. And
they don't want the truth. They don't want the truth to get to the people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's keep going with the review. What's next?
Smellaroonie.
Oh, smell. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. It's a familiar smell.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It's canny. Maybe it's because I'm used to it. I don't think it smells as bad as other ones. Definitely doesn't smell as bad as Bud Light. Definitely, I smelled Jenny Light last night, and it smelled like shit. This honestly isn't really too bad.
No, it's not too bad. It's a very normal beer smell. Again, we are smelling it with the can around it, so that always gives it a little bit of a different smell. But yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. It's a regular lager. It smells like a regular lager to me, and maybe that's because this is what I'm so used to. But for me, for the smell, I think I'm gonna give this one a 2.5, straight down the middle for me.
Wow, 2.5. All right. You see, I like it. I like it a little. I like it a little more. Maybe it is because I got my Rochester blinders on. I got 2 cheeseburgers over my eyes that would go over the garbage plate that is my face. So I think I'm a little blinded by my biases. But I think I have to go with 3.5 for the smell. Honestly, it's one of the better ones I've smelled so far. Wow. I don't know. I like it.
That's it. That's, hey, to each their own.
Yep, Charlize Theron.
Right, exactly. And isn't she the best? She's just what a hero. Atomic Blonde, forget about it. Great movie.
Yeah.
So that's
what's next we got here.
We're done with smell. It's on to taste. We're plowing through this.
And I'm a little worried because when we come to the feel section, I don't have any beer left.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I drank it all and I don't have another. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to just, I can't rate feel this time. I'm going to have to get another Genesee and retroactively just like tell people what it is.
Oh my God. And this is going to be a real disappointment to the fans still. And I
know.
just want to say, this is a little behind the curtain, but how dare you?
I know. I don't know what I was thinking. Usually I have like a whole 12 pack I got. But this time that wasn't the case. And now I'm going to have to I'm going to have to give the feel review later, but for taste, I can do taste. I've been doing that all morning.
Yeah, do it.
All right. So my taste, and I've been doing it for a long time, almost every day of my life. So yeah, taste, it's familiar. It's home. I don't feel right without it. Just kidding. It's good. It's just a straight up fucking lager. It's nothing in your face, nothing too crazy. I'm going to give it a 3. A little bit above, probably because of my cheeseburger eyes, but my garbage plate eyes, score. I should say specifically. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 3.
Right. You see the garbage plate at the end of the tunnel. Yes. I think that's a smart score. I'm going to have to give it a similar one because I agree. I think for me, Genesee, this might be my baseline for beer. This might be my beer that all other beers are compared to, because it's such a nice, normal beer that it doesn't offend, but it doesn't, it's a comfort, it's a nostalgia, but it's not, it doesn't blow my hair back, doesn't make me curl my toes,
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really hit your sweet spot. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean it does though, but that I think is part of the garbage plate tunnel vision as you were talking about.
Yes.
But it's a decent taste. It's like I just think it's like a better version of most regular lagers, like most, like your Miller or your Bud, it's just like it's a slightly different. It's got like a tang to it. It's got here, hold on.
Here we go. Sip in real time.
Man, yeah, I'm letting that sit all over my tongue.
Let it marinate on your taste buds there.
It's good. It's just, to me, it's just better than other regular lagers. So I'm gonna give this a 3.2.
Wow, amazing. Great score. And now it's the portion I can't do, the feel. It's going to be all you on this one, Joey, and I want you to get that all over your little fucking hands. And I want you to really lather it on there and just paint a word picture of how it's caressing your skin. Because that's what I'm missing out on due to my own fucking ignorance and lack of foresight. I'm a fool, Joey. Please, give me what I desperately need.
So I just poured it all over my little hand.
Yes. Perfect.
It's wet. I'll give it that. That's my first impression. It is wet. And it's still got. But
how does
Genesee
it make
smell.
you feel? How does it make you feel, Joey? Tell me, please.
This beer's been open for a while, but I'm getting a low carbonation burn on my skin. I'm getting a low amount of corrosiveness on my skin from the carbonation.
Less of this science nonsense. How did it feel on your skin? What did it make you think about? Did it recall any memories? Could you see yourself jumping into a lake filled of it to soothe your soul, Joey? I need more of the emotion. I need more of the visceral, fucking animalistic feelings. None of this jargon, none of this nonsense.
You know, you're right. And it does make me think of jumping into a body of water, but that's not a lake. It would be a river, and it'd be a Genesee River, which to me is like the River Jordan from the Bible that Jesus was baptized in, okay? I want to be baptized
And here we go.
I want to be baptized in this beer, okay? I want to be baptized in the Genesee River. And it felt good.
Joey.
It felt good. I'm letting it soak. I can feel it soaking into my skin and making me more powerful with every ounce of nostalgia that enters my being.
Yes, Joey. Yes, exactly. Let it fuel you.
I can speak for both of us when I say this is a great feeling beer, and this beer of this feel for both of us, and you can retroactively say whatever you want, Dylan, but this is canon. This is a 5 out of 5 feeling beer.
Woo! Oh, and you painted such a beautiful picture that I'm right there with you, and I feel like I had a full can. Nay, I feel like I had a full river, and I jumped in along with you. That's how good of a picture you just painted. I applaud you, and frankly, I applaud Genesee for making such a I don't know, a feelable beer. I mean, all beer is feelable, but they've outdone themselves. You know, I really think so, and you allowed me to feel it along with you. So thank you.
You are so welcome, sir. That I think only leaves one thing left, and that's going to be our overall thoughts and our overall score out of 5 on this beer.
Yeah, and I think that's good for us to do. I think the overall, life is crazy.
True.
But nothing beats cracking open a nice red eye after a long day of doing nothing. And being afraid of leaving your house because you could fucking die and people aren't taking it seriously. Nothing relieves that stress like putting back 1 to 13 or 14 Jennies in a night, maybe even in a few hours. This is parody. Don't do that. But I think overall, Genesee is the lifeblood of our community. All right, bullshit. I think it's good. I think it's all right. You know what? I think it's like 3. I'm gonna have to say 3.8. Genesee 3.8. Remember, everyone, I do have a garbage plate face and 2 big cheeseburger eyes, and there's mac salad constantly coming out of my mouth in the form of my words. And I just want you to remember that when I give this a 3.8, I am extremely biased, even in ways that I can't comprehend. Because that's how shit really be in this society as a human being with a consciousness. And I did microdose this morning. Back to you, Joey.
So chill and cool of you to say. I agree. Oh my God, my closet's falling apart back here.
Oh, it's attacking you.
People are trying to call me right now. The coat rails are falling off in the closet. I don't know what's going on.
The world is
clearly
caving.
Yeah, someone does not want me to review this beer. Someone upstairs. Let's see.
Your mom, your sister, or your dog?
My mom's actually downstairs. Thank you.
Downstairs.
So there might be a lot of ambient noise, is what I mean. But long story short, this is a great beer, and like I said, it might be my baseline for whatever, but it's a little bit above that today for me. The world is so crazy. This beer deserves, the world is so wild, not crazy. But I'm gonna cut this part out. I just want to say. That
it's okay, Joey. Your world was crumbling in on you for a second. I think that excuses any lapse in thinking. I think you should leave it all in, unedited. Maybe even add more time in, and then we can be like, wow, that really affected Joey. He was like struggling to think of what he was saying just because. I mean, I saw you. You were holding up. The screen actually froze on you holding things back from falling on you for like a good few seconds. So I really got to see it in real time happen. But yeah. So cut whatever you want. But
right,
this is magic, baby. This is the magic.
This is the magic. This is the Rochester Golden Orb above the river. This is the magic.
Exactly. This is the fucking magic. We got it.
So with all that said, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling wild. This is a 4 out of 4 beer for me. I'm gonna go higher than you.
Wow.
4 out of 4.
Respect.
4 out of 4.
Against all odds.
Yep. Moving to LA. You know,
Traveling.
I guess it hasn't changed that much. You know.
Yeah. I guess not. You still got the love. Your hometown, the hometown pride is still ever present with this one.
At least I know there's still garbage plate sludge running through my arteries. So
that's true, and you can never escape that. At least for the next 7-8 years, you got to think that shit'll stay. That'll stick in you, and it'll gum up your works in there, and you won't be able to expel all of the waste for years to come. But that's what happens when you. What's the message, Joey? Lay the message on him. What's the message?
So the ultimate takeaway from today is, watch your diet, because no one in Rochester will tell you that except us. Eat good,
no one.
and love your body. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And with that, I think we should wrap it up. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Send us things on Twitter. Rock Hard Brew Review, RHBR_pod on Twitter.
Yes, rockhardbrewreviews@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you. What?
You.
Do you say I thought you said
Well, I was just gonna say,
This is amazing.
It's a little joke a little prank I did on you.
Holy shit, you got me.
Okay. Anyway, bye guys.
Bye. Get the fuck. Goodbye.
HARD BREW REVIEWS.
Rock Hard Brew Reviews.